Julie Andrews married her first husband, award-winning set designer Tony Walton, in 1959, when she was 23 years old. The wedding took place at St. Mary's Church in the English county of Surrey, where both the bride and groom were born, per the New York Times. According to Tatler, Walton, who died at age 87 in 2022, designed Andrews' high-neck, long-sleeve gown and her Cartier wedding band. The two divorced a decade later, but remained good friends. Shirley Temple was only 17 when she donned a satin gown for her wedding to John Agar in 1945. Having served in the armed forces, Agar wore his military uniform at the Hollywood ceremony at the Wilshire Methodist Church. They divorced in 1950. In 1954, Audrey Hepburn married Mel Ferrer, a Broadway and film star, whom she met just 8 months before their wedding in Switzerland. She wore a tea-length gown with a high collar and billowy sleeves. Hepburn's romantic dress was designed by Pierre Balmain, founder and namesake of the iconic French fashion house. Despite their whirlwind romance, Hepburn and Ferrer stayed married for 14 years, during which they welcomed their son, Sean, until their 1968 divorce. Josephine Baker married her fourth husband, composer Joe Bouillon, on her 41st birthday in 1947. Their ceremony was held at Baker's home, a castle in southwestern France called Château de Milans. They remained together for 14 years before divorcing in 1961. Angela Lansbury wore florals from head to toe at her 1949 wedding to second husband Peter Shaw, to whom she remained married until his death in 2003. The Murder, She Wrote actress, who died at age 96 in 2022, matched her flowery headband to the pattern of her V-neck dress. Even their wedding cake was topped with a bouquet. In 1945, Garland married filmmaker Vincente Minnelli, the second of her 5 husbands. The glamorous Hollywood duo met on the set of their Oscar-nominated Christmas musical Meet Me in St. Louis and remained together until their 1951 divorce. Nearly a year after their wedding, Garland and Minnelli welcomed their daughter, Liza Minnelli. In 1950, an 18-year-old Taylor married hotelier Conrad Hilton Jr., her first of 8 weddings to 7 different husbands, one of whom she wed twice. The actress wore a princess-style gown with a full veil at their Beverly Hills ceremony. According to Vogue, her pearl-encrusted dress was inspired by the one she wore in the film Father of the Bride. In 2013, the elaborate number was auctioned off for more than £121,000, per Christie's. Brigitte Bardot married her second husband, Jacques Charrier, in a gingham button dress in 1959. The couple, who met on the French flick Babette Goes to War earlier that year, walked down the aisle in Louveciennes, France. Their June ceremony took place just a few months before their film premiered in Europe that September. Debbie Reynolds looked lovely in lace at her 1955 wedding to her first husband, Eddie Fisher. After their wedding in New York's Catskill Mountains, the two performers welcomed 2 kids, Todd Fisher and Carrie Fisher. Reynolds and Eddie remained married until 1959, when they split due to Fisher's extramarital affair with Taylor. The Supremes frontwoman Diana Ross wed her second husband, Norwegian businessman Arne Næss Jr., in 1986, 1 year after they met. Ross wowed at their Switzerland ceremony in a silky dress layered with intricate lace sleeves and a matching cape. They remained together until their divorce in 2000, and Ross shares 2 of her 5 children with him. Befitting her bombshell status, Raquel Welch wore a crocheted mini-dress to marry her second husband, Patrick Curtis, in Paris on Valentine's Day in 1967. They would later divorce in 1972. Rita Hayworth buttoned up in a chic suit for her wedding to Orson Welles in 1943. According to The Hollywood Reporter, their quick nuptials at the Santa Monica courthouse took place during the actress' lunch break while she was filming the 1944 musical Cover Girl. In 1934, Ginger Rogers married fellow actor Lew Ayres, her second husband. The Oscar-winning performer donned a hat to match her floor-length Chantilly lace gown. They divorced 6 years later in 1940. Bette Davis and her third husband, William Grant Sherry, cut their decadent wedding cake in California in 1945. The All About Eve actress wore a checkered dress suit and a complimentary brimmed hat for the occasion. They divorced in 1950. Aretha Franklin's white outfit matched second husband Glyn Turman's hat and youngest son Keith's white tuxedo at their wedding ceremony in Detroit. They were married in 1978 at Franklin's father's New Bethel Baptist Church and divorced in 1984. John Lennon and Yoko Ono both wore white when they tied the knot in Gibraltar in 1969. The bride wore a mini skirt while her Beatles husband looked suave in a white blazer and turtleneck. According to Rolling Stone, John smoked a cigarette during their short ceremony. The couple remained together until John's death in 1980 and welcomed one child together, son Sean Lennon. Sinatra and Ava Gardner got hitched in 1951, marking his second and her third marriage. The bride passed on classic white attire and wore a two-tone cocktail dress with a string of pearls around her neck. Before she became an international icon and sex symbol, Marilyn Monroe married her high school sweetheart, James Dougherty, just after her 16th birthday in 1942. The starlet-to-be was clad in a long-sleeve lacy number that matched her veil, her extravagant bouquet and her groom's white tux. The duo stayed together for only 4 years before splitting in 1946 due to Dougherty's disapproval of her career trajectory. Nancy Kwan looked darling in a cardigan and headband at her first wedding in 1962. The actress and her ski instructor paramour, Peter Falk, wed in London and stayed together until 1968. Western star John Wayne married his first wife, Josephine Saenz, in 1933. Their floral-studded ceremony took place at actress Loretta Young's home in Los Angeles. The pair had 4 children together before divorcing in 1945. The actor later remarried twice and welcomed 3 more children with his third wife, Pilar Pallet. Lauren Bacall and Humphrey Bogart, 2 of the biggest stars of their time, wed at a friend's farm in Ohio in 1945. The couple, who welcomed 2 children, son Stephen and daughter Leslie, during their union, remained married until Bogart's death in 1957. Elvis and Priscilla Presley first met in 1959 when he was serving in the army overseas in Germany. She was just 14 years old. They continued their romance when Elvis returned home and, after Priscilla moved to the United States in 1963, they eventually married in Las Vegas in 1967. The couple welcomed 1 child together, daughter Lisa Marie, who died in 2023 at the age of 54. They divorced in 1972. The king of rock and roll died in 1977 at the age of 42. It was a good life, Priscilla told People in September 2021 about her relationship with Elvis. It was different, but it was ours. Grace Kelly's romance with Prince Rainier of Monaco was a whirlwind. They got engaged mere days after meeting and tied the knot in 1956. The royal couple welcomed 3 children during their 26-year marriage, Princess Caroline, Prince Albert and Princess Stephanie. Kelly and Prince Rainier's love story was cut short when she suffered a stroke while driving near Monte Carlo and later died of injuries and a brain hemorrhage in a Monaco hospital in 1982.